Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do something a little bit different. So I'm gonna try my hand at like rapid reviews or whatever. I have a few knives that I need to kind of get back to their owners. I also have already done either unboxings, first impressions, disassemblies. I've done all that stuff already, and I just don't really feel the need to do full-length reviews on them. I know that it can be a little tedious for you guys as well if I do a 20-minute video on a knife I've already done 3 other videos on. If I'm not like absolutely in love with it, or it's not my knife and I've had it for a long time to give an in-depth review. So anyway, I just wanted to do this real quick. I have 4 knives, 1 fixed blade, 3 folders. They are all loaners, so a big thank you to my buddy Joe, my local buddy here. He loaned me 2 of these, and a big shout out to Brent over at Backpack B. He lent me the other 2, and let us get into it. So I'm probably not going to do the full like aesthetic, ergo, blah, blah, blah stuff. Maybe I will. Let's see how this goes. I don't want it to be 40 minutes. So let us start with the fixed blade. So Joe let me check out the Brian Brown Chuck. This is a Riot-made fixed blade. Comes in this Kydex sheath with this button. You can see my first impressions. I showed how it works, all that good stuff. I even showed you it on my belt. So real quick, the retention, very good. Clicks into place, pops out pretty easy. Now, the knife itself is absolutely amazing. I am not going to hesitate to say this is the best EDC fixed blade I have ever tried, and I've tried a few. It is a small knife. So here is the Devil's Finger from Finch I just reviewed. You can see there, I can't, but you can. The chuck is smaller than the Devil's Finger overall, and the Devil's Finger is maybe 3 1/4 on the blade, you know. This is under 3 inches, probably 2 1/2, 2 3/4 on the blade. You have this ring here, which seems kind of obnoxious, but if you hold it like this, it's not all that bad. But if you put your pinky finger in there and then kind of use these 3 fingers to grip, it feels absolutely fantastic. You're locked in, and this blade is excellent. I am 90% sure it is M390 or LMAX, probably M390. It's coated in an interesting DLC. It's kind of shiny. Not my first choice, but whatever. Absolutely cool. Natural micarta scales. I believe it also comes in Jade G10. But the key to this knife is its size. Because it's so small, well, okay, it cuts extremely well, and it does everything you need a little fixed blade like this to do. It's a Warnie, so it's great for cutting labels, opening boxes, cutting cardboard, etc. But it's so small that when it's in its sheath and on your belt, it disappears. I've always had issues carrying knives like this because I like to carry appendix. I don't want it behind my back. 1, I could fall on it and fuck my back up. 2, somebody else could get to it. 3, I don't know if I'm printing or whatever. It's just stupid, in my opinion, for me to do that. Not talking about you. So I always carry appendix up front, right by the center. And this thing just disappeared. I forgot it was there multiple times every time I carried it. An absolute dream to carry. The Brian Brown Knives Chuck is an excellent fixed blade, guys. Check one out if you can. All right, next up, let's knock out the other knife from my buddy Joe. This is the Spyderco Yojimbo 2. So this has been modded, obviously. He has these raindrop carbon fiber scales on it, and I think an MXG gear clip, deep carry clip. You can see it's the all blacked out version. It's got the compression lock, which sucks for lefties, which is a reason I don't like this, but I would get a CME and that would change my attitude on this a little bit. I still don't think it would be great because of the way, like where the button is, but it would definitely be much nicer to just pinch it and let it drop, right? Best thing about this knife, the detent. Spyderco absolutely nailed the detent on this knife. Sorry. Bang. Ergonomics are not perfect. You know, the more I've handled this and carried it, the more I've been like, It's not perfect. I thought it was really good at first. You have a lot of finger grooves. This is designed by Mike Yanich. I apologize. I'm going to be speed talking. Designed by Mike Yanich. You can hold it in a back grip like this. I believe it's designed for Friday night gas station fights, which I don't really understand because of the tapered grip here. Maybe you're not supposed to hold it back like this, because for me to feel comfortable, I need to be like up here, and now I have this point like in my thumb pit, and that's not good. If I got hit, I don't know. I guess it's not so bad actually, but I feel like you'd want to have your thumb like down here, right? But then it's not comfortable. Maybe it's made for a small hand. I don't know. But if you hold it, like reverse, no, that doesn't work. Normal grip. Normal grip feels comfortable, so maybe you're supposed to fight like this. I don't know. I also don't care because I don't fight. So yeah, but if you use it right-handed, bang. Compression lock is awesome. Sorry, right-handed. There you go. Detent is just really good, guys. Normally, Spydercos don't even pop in like that. They just like, meh. Like, they suck. Like, this is the perfect detent on a Spyderco I've ever felt. And I've heard they're all like that. So, that's awesome. Makes me want a Yojimbo if I ever got a Spyderco again. Nice little poon spoon to rest your thumb. Great cutter. I mean, it's a Warney. It's got a good amount of edge length. It's kind of lowered down so you can get into those shipping labels really well. Cuts cardboard. Does all the EDC stuff really well for a fighting knife. So, awesome knife. That's the Yojimbo 2, guys. Totally recommend that one. So, we're 2 for 2 right now. The next knife comes from Backpack B. Thank you, Brent. Appreciate it. This is the Kansept EDC Tech. Or Tech EDC. No, EDC Tech. I always fuck that up. This is a button lock with thumb studs and a flipper tab. And I'll tell you what, Kansept, they nailed the detent on that flipper tab. Absolutely perfect. I think you can fail it, but like it does not feel like you can when you go to flick it. It just really flies out of there. The way they designed that flipper tab is excellent. Now, I've had a lot of problems with this knife bouncing off and then not engaging all the way. See how it sits like that? And then I got to put it in. That's annoying. I hate that. I want it to close all the way. So, in order to do that, you need to let go of the button faster. If I just click and let go, well, even then, let me try it right-handed. There you go. So, right-handed, it's going to be a little easier, but they just don't have it quite dialed in. The other way you can do it is hold the button. That's how I do it on my Malibu. I hold it and just wait for it to fully go in, seat itself, and then I let go. That's really the way to do it right there. Thumb studs for me are not very good. They're kind of like tucked way too close to the scale there, so they're hard for me to get to, and I flick over them a lot. But if you do catch them, it pops. I think smaller hands would have a better time with this. You can reverse flick it, which is awesome. So you have, you know, how many deployment methods? Flipper tab, hang on. Flipper tab, that's 1. Button lock, that's 2. Oh. Thumb flick, that's 3. Reverse flick, that's 4. That's it. You got 4 deployment methods. That's pretty cool. And then if you do it all right-handed, you got 8. I'm just kidding. But yeah, those studs are terrible. They're just in a bad spot. They're not bad studs. They're just in a bad location. Overall, it's an ugly-ass knife. That's why I never went for it. I also have a thing against Kansept. I just haven't really enjoyed their stuff. And I don't know. I just don't really like Kansept. It seems like the way they build knives is they force them together so they work perfectly. But then if you disassemble it, it just doesn't want to go back together the right way. I know I'm known for screwing up reassemblies, but like, I don't know. There's just been one too many Kansepts where like you just can't get the centering right without blade play or, you know, shitty action. Like that's just a knife not going back together right, in my opinion. So I don't know. I just don't recommend taking apart Kansepts. Anyway, it's ugly as shit. The clip is reversible, which is awesome. Very, very cool to have a reversible clip on a knife like this. Do appreciate that. It has this dumbass thing on the end for cracking skulls. Like, I don't know what the fuck else you would do with this thing. It's dumb, it's stupid, it's silly. Why did you put a spike on the back of the EDC Tech? Oh, because it's tactical, that's right. Who designed this? Mikkel Williamson. Such a weird... I don't understand the thing on the back. I like Mikkel Williamson. I think this works if it just didn't have that thing back there. Like, I know a lot of people probably think this looks cool. You know, I don't, but I'm sure plenty of people do, and that thing kills it for me. You can't really choke up because that flipper tab's kind of there. You could do this if you wanted to. This grip, just doesn't really feel great. It's kind of small, kind of cramped. The clip is kind of biting me a little bit. I don't know. I think it's a cool concept. Get it? But I don't know. I think they definitely nailed the button lock. So that's important. You know, if they took a different design and used that button lock, I think it would be great. I think it could be great. Yeah, I do. And again, I like Mikkel Williamson. I was just saying that I don't like that Skull Crusher. I don't like the overall profile. I don't like the ergos. And that's for me. That's my opinion. Again, right? That's why we're here. So that's the EDC Tech, okay? If you can't get a Malibu, I can see why you might pick that up. All right, last but not least is the Tactile Knife Co. Rockwall, also sent in by Brent, Backpack B. This is a knife that I unboxed, and I literally was like, I need one of these, right? And then I told myself, you know, Kev, don't just go order one. Chill out. You can wait. See what happens, right? And I did. And I actually had a buddy send me one that he was trying to sell. And I was like, oh, okay, send it to me. I'll see. Because I figured if I could check it out first, that'd be great. Because I'm a detent snob. And if it's not like this detent, then I might not like it. So I get it in. And I noticed, one, the detent on my buddies was lighter than this one, which I have heard they've been doing like constant quality improvement on the detent. So his was an early one, I guess, but this one has a fantastic detent. I mean, it just is nailed. You cannot fail this detent. That was totally me. You can't fail it when actually flicking it. It is a little maybe stiff to some people. Like, I miss it sometimes, but that doesn't bother me. I like that. It doesn't hurt to flick. It's just maybe the way the jipping is and a sweaty finger. I don't know. It runs on, I think, loose bearings in there. I did not get to take one apart, but I've heard they're loose bearings. It's very smooth. For a light blade, it drops shut, shakes shut very easily. Centering is off to the clip side on this one. It was way off to the clip side on the other one I got in from my buddy. So both were off center. That was an issue. Another issue I noticed, which is probably the reason I'm just out on this, is it has lock rock. You can do this and you will feel the blade moving up and down. Not side to side, not blade play, lock rock. And I thought, oh, maybe it's just my buddies, because I noticed it on his. Because whenever I buy a knife, when I get it, I always check for lock rock, blade play. I check the detent. I check centering. I do all this. I have like a quality check in my head, right? And it failed the lock rock test. So then I grabbed this one. I was like, oh, maybe Brent's, obviously wouldn't have lock rock. He must have just got a bad one, my buddy. And I grabbed this one. Nope, lock rock. It's not like a significant amount, but you can feel it. Like, I can feel the blade rocking. So that's not good. So Tactile Knife Co. has some things to work on in terms of QC, I think. That lock geometry is a thing. The centering is a thing. You want to have that nailed down pretty good. This one has some imperfections in the milling right up here around the top of the scale. I believe Brent said they're going to take care of it. He's just going to send it in. I'm going to tell him about the lock rock, so maybe they can replace the liner for him as well. So yeah, my spot came up because I signed up as soon as I got this. You can sign up on their website, and you basically get in line, and then when your spot's up, you pay, and they send you the knife. My spot came up, and I haven't done anything with it because I'm like, $300 now for a knife that I'm pretty sure is going to have lock rock. I don't know what the detent's going to be like. I don't know how the centering's going to turn out. And, it being me, I'm going to get all the problems, and then I'll have to send it back to get it fixed. And then I don't like this knife enough to do all that. It's a cool design. It's an awesome gentleman's type carry knife, a church knife, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's great for that. I think the milling is absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. I love the flipper tab. I love the blade. I didn't even talk about the blade. It's an exceptionally ground blade. Excellent drop point. It cuts shipping labels really well. It's super thin behind the edge. It's a dream to use, guys. It's ergonomic as hell. Fits my hand extremely well. I don't really use the jimping up here, but it feels really good. It does really remind me of the Waypoint, kind of to the point where it seems like maybe they took the Waypoint and were like, let's copy that and change it a little. I hate to say that, but it's really similar. And now they have one coming out with thumb studs, which looks even more like the Waypoint because it won't have the flipper tab. Again, they could have drew this up before then. I'm just saying it looks a lot like it. I'm sure you've heard that before, but I'm not trying to say they copied or whatever. I'm just saying those knives look alike. The clip. The clip is very cool looking. I really like it. It's deep carry without having to be like a wire clip or whatever. I like how they mounted it. Problem with the clip is it's fucking tight, man. It is a bear. In and out of pocket. It just got more and more annoying the more I carried it. At first I was like, because when I really like a knife, my mind just overlooks things, But the more I carried it, I was just like, this sucks to get in my pocket. So it's okay. It's not great. I think they're working on that. So yeah, they have cool things coming. Thumb stud version. I believe that one's going to have Magna Cut as an option, which is awesome. They have a kitchen knife that's out or coming out in 14C 28N. And they have a slip joint that's out or coming out that looks pretty cool. I handled that at Blade Show as well as the kitchen knife. All their products look great. The milling's awesome. The build quality seems very good. I think they just have some details to iron out, and they're going to do great. American-made stuff for $300. I'm on board for that. I still kind of want to buy one just to support that because that is very important to me. And if we don't buy them, they're not going to be around to fix things. And they do seem like they're dedicated to quality control. Right from the beginning, they were working on the detent and everything. So I got to give them credit there. Very, very cool knife. It's the Rockwall, guys. Just maybe not for me. We'll see. I'm not a thumb stud guy, but who knows? Maybe I'll try that one instead. Maybe this knife makes more sense as a thumb stud knife. If it's a liner lock again, that for me, left-handed, flick, could be cool. I do wish the clip being this kind of way right here, they could have made it reversible somehow, and that would have been cool. They could have just centered it and then made it reversible, but whatever. Here's a look at that milling if you wanted to see it. I don't know how well you'll see it, but it's very, very nice, just like their pens. I don't want to sound too negative. It just has a little lock rock. That's it, just a little. Lock rock sucks, guys. You do not want lock rock on your knife. And you want good centering. So, otherwise, awesome knife. Again, action for such a fucking thin, small blade, light blade. It is excellent, guys. Gotta give it that. And again, ergos and cutting and build quality look fantastic. So that's the Rockwall. That's the Chuck. That's the EDC Tech. And that is the Yojimbo 2, guys. And I am out. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. And I will catch you later.